What's up, guys? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles and NBA content we have over there. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, BlackJack Fletcher, aka Black Jizzle, and that's my guy, Kyle Purviance, aka the DFS Bachelor. My guys, what's up with you? What's up with you, Kyle? Everything good with you, brother?
Everything's good, man. I wish we could do what we do before the show on the show because that's the real show, right? These are my boys. I love talking basketball. Hey, we had an okay night. We had some good. We took the Suns. We took the under. We had Chris Paul hit his props. We had the bad Aaron Gordon wet the bed, Kevin McAllister style in Home Alone or his cousin anyway. And then we had the ugly Austin Baby Boy Rivers, the poster child for birth control, in my opinion. Gets one assist in the first minute of the game and can't muster another one as a point guard. The Nuggets crap the bed all over the place. So 3-2, good day. Happy to be with you boys. We're having a great time already. Cheers, everyone.
Exactly. BlackJack, what's up with you, my guy? Everything good with you?
Fantastic, man. Had the Suns last night. Easy win. No sweat there. The Nuggets stink. That team is soft. Incredibly soft. Jokic wins the MVP and then comes out and they lose by 25. Nice. Real good. But yeah, everything else is good, brother. I mean, listen, when you're blackjack, everything's always good.
There you go.
He said, "Hey, that's what I'm trying to get like BlackJack. Man, I got to move to Florida to get like my guy. He got the sunglasses. I have some sunglasses too, man. Might not be sipping on the beer, but hey, I got the sunglasses. No, but yeah, it was a good day. Sprinkled a little something on the under it now. When it was a well, I would say the first half was like a dead under. Then I'm looking at the end game. I'm like, oh, this actually was a sweat to be honest with you, man. So yeah, I still think that the under was a play, but yeah, that 68-point fourth quarter. I mean, guys just start making threes all over the place. The Nuggets start to finally make some shots. Seemed like Crowder, Chris Paul hit everything in the fourth quarter. Bridges as well. So guys are balling, man. It's gonna be interesting to see if the Nuggets can even win the game in this. I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as the Suns will sweep them, but hey, it's been two blowouts, man. It's gonna be tough, man. But let's go ahead and get to today's games. That's what you guys are here for. First game of the day, we have the Nets versus the Bucks. Talk about a blowout. These boys smacked them boys up by 40 points the last game. Damn near 50 that was at one point. Now the Bucks at the house down 0-2 in an absolute desperation spot here, BlackJack. How are we looking at this game, my guy?
I'm laying the points with Milwaukee. I have to. I have to. If this team doesn't come out and kick Brooklyn squarely in the ass tonight, then they have nothing, right? I mean, absolutely. Then it's time for some wholesale changes in Milwaukee because, I mean, you just got your ass handed to you. You're down 0-2. You're going home. If you lose this game, this thing is over. Your season is over. You have to come out tonight with a vengeance. I mean, really, Milwaukee's got to come out and control this game. This can't be a back and forth game. It's they need to come out and assert some control here. I mean, they've got talent. It's not like the team doesn't have talent, man. I mean, Giannis is a great player. Drew Holiday is a clear upgrade over Bledsoe last year. They've got players here. It's time to step up and do something here. Like the Nets, I get it, right? Like you're going to get 100 points out of these three guys when they're on the floor, but they're also incredibly soft, right? This Nets team is soft. They play no defense. They can't rebound. Like Milwaukee's got to come out and play physical, aggressive, and just kick them in the ass tonight. It has to happen. If it doesn't happen, this team needs to really reevaluate who the hell they are.
Exactly, Blake. And the thing, Kyle, is you talk about an upgrade for Holiday over Bledsoe. That's the thing. When he's looking like Drew Bledsoe out there, that's when you see the Bucks get absolutely slaughtered the first two games. So I think that Drew Holiday is the most important player for the Bucks. Obviously, secondly, PJ Tucker. I mean, we have Giannis as well, but that's a given. Drew Holiday is the one. I think that's where he's going to go because obviously you're going to need him to slow down Kyrie. You're going to need him to actually be an offensive punch as well. So, Kyle, how you looking at this game, my guy? You think BlackJack on the right track?
Yep, I agree with BlackJack. Look, if you've been watching the NBA playoffs for long enough, okay, these first two games happen on the road. Now, Milwaukee's way too good to be beaten by, way too talented anyway, to be beaten by 35, 40 points on the road. It's absolutely silly. But then they come back, game three, they get it home, the role players shoot better, the outside shooters shoot better, the crowd's involved. You've had to sit on a blowout loss for 2 days and just stew on that. Milwaukee's got to come out. BlackJack is 100% right. and beat the brakes off of Brooklyn tonight. I expect them to do it. I'm laying the points here, and I kind of like the under. I think you're going to see more intense defense out of Milwaukee. We talked about this 2 weeks ago when we were on the show. We were surprised how Brooklyn's defense looked in that first game or second game against Boston is when we talked, because they're not a good defensive team. They have nobody in the interior. Brook Lopez should just be standing in there. I mean, he should have 20 rebounds. Of course, he's kind of a moron and always wants to stand out at the three-point line, thinks he's, the second coming. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. He thinks he's Porzingis. It's really, really bizarre. But I will say the player who I think is most important tonight is Chris Middleton. We know that if Brooklyn's going to continue to shoot the ball well and force Milwaukee to play a half-court offense, Giannis is not your guy in the half-court offense. He's trying to improve on that. He's trying to improve on his shooting. The guy in the half-court is Chris Middleton. He's the guy that you get the ball to on the elbow. He rises up, he can create his own shot. He can shoot the three. I'm looking at it. It's one of my favorite props today, Chris Middleton over 22.5 points. If Milwaukee wins tonight, Chris Middleton's going to play well. I mean, we're talking about a guy who took 43 shots in the first 2 games, just really, really inefficient. He's going to see 20-plus shots tonight. I think he easily converts that. He's going to get more calls at home, probably take more free throws. Over 22.5 makes a lot of sense. And there's a couple props before I pass it over here to Jay that are really, really interesting outside of the Chris Middleton one. We're getting Bruce Brown again over 1.5 assists. Look, the dude's going to start. He's going to take James Harden's role. It's really easy when you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on your team to get 2 assists. I mean, it's a simple pass, a jump shot, boom, assist. Over 1.5 assists makes a ton of sense. We took that prop the last time they played. He got 3 in the first half, for Christ's sakes. I think he climbs over that. And you mentioned PJ Tucker, who is starting now with Dante DiVincenzo out. His points prop is over 3.5. Dude's got to hit one corner 3 and make a layup, right? I mean, now it's PJ Tucker. We know that PJ Tucker can go a full solid 48 minutes on the court without scoring a damn point. We know it. We've seen it. But 3.5 at home in a must-win for a guy starting, I got to take a look at that as well.
Yeah, he has to. And you're one thing you said, Kyle, about Brook Lopez. I am so goddamn tired of watching 7-footers just stand at the 3-point line. Listen, it's great that you can shoot 34% from 3, but there's nobody down low. Nobody. I'm tired of seeing Joel Embiid do it. I'm tired of seeing low.
Exactly. BlackJack, still there, my guy? Kyle, you there?
Yeah, I'm here now. I did freeze on me for a second too.
Okay. No, I just make sure because my Wi-Fi been tripping too, man. But no, I dig what BlackJack's saying. And hey, this guy, you can shoot 34% from 3, or you can go and shoot 60% in the paint as well. Exactly. So especially versus a team that doesn't really have a center out there. That's what really makes you pissed off. I mean, obviously the Mavs, they were going up. I mean, even Porzingis, them boys had Morris in the paint and they weren't doing it. Now you got Blake Griffin, who's like, he's the old school Blake Griffin now out here dunking, playing hard, which I understand that, but still he should be playing center out there. The Bucks should be taking advantage of it. So real quick for me, Bucks are obviously down 0-2 since 2005. NBA playoff teams that's lost the first 2 games of the series have gone 90, 49, and 3, which is good for 65% against the spread in the first half of Game 3. Put me down for Bucks, and that's a pretty large sample size as well. It actually goes back even further than that. But regardless, that's a 152 game sample size. Give me the Bucks here -2.5 in the first half. They have anything. If they want to win this one, you have to come out hot. I wouldn't talk anybody out of Bucks first quarter as well, my guys. I know I am kind of not necessarily bullish on the Bucks, but I don't think they'll get swept here. I think they'll come out with something with some fire, intensity, motivation, sense of urgency as well. You have to. So couldn't talk anybody out of first quarter, but I'll go with official Bucks first half. They have no shot of winning this game if you don't come out with some fire here this first half, especially with your home crowd. So especially after you're getting your ass kicked by 40 points, you were down by 49 in that game. Like, what are we doing here? I know in the playoffs there's no real difference from you losing by 1 than by 50. It's still an L on the record, but come on now, man. You got to grab your balls at some point, man. This is national TV, one-off games. Like, all eyes on you, Giannis. This is what guys been saying. Skill set, Budenholzer, I'm with you, BlackJack. Even if you lose this one, all right, you break up. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and forfeit game 4. Budenholzer, you get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he needs to go anyways. You know how many Bucks games I've watched where I'm like, dude, in the first quarter, you just played 9 different guards. Like, what in the actual fuck are you doing? The guy is a complete moron. So part of me is rooting to get rid of Coach Budenholzer because I can't stand the damn guy. He's made my life very, very difficult in DFS over the years. But Milwaukee's going to smack him tonight. I like Milwaukee.
I mean, I'm with you. Budenholzer, I'm so tired of this guy just getting pass after pass. He's a terrible postseason coach. He was in Atlanta. He's been bad in Milwaukee. Dude, if this continues, we are 12 months away from Giannis asking for a trade. Like, that's where we're at.
Yeah, and even though he signed that extension, it doesn't mean that he can't ask for a trade or say, you know what, I don't want to play here anymore. And if they shows that he's disgruntled, you kind of have to trade him and maybe try and get like 5 guys back. The Bucks might be better if they trade Giannis. We'll see, man. Gosh. Hey, we'll see, my guys. The makeup of the team right now obviously is in jeopardy, but we'll see. I mean, they could go out here and blow them out by 20. They could win the next 2 games, and it's a whole nother series. So that's why I always say, guys, there's a lot of people out there who really have a lot of recent buy-ins. I mean, there's people that like the Nets in this series, and they're going to bet them every single game. Hey, I understand it. I know people blindly taking Nets money line tonight. It could cash, but like I said, it's down 0-2 back against the wall. I will be on Bucks first half. I can't say. I think they'll cover the trifecta spot. I think that's the only. It's either the Nets going to cover trifecta or the Bucks going to cover trifecta. Simply put, first quarter, first half, full game. But I'm going with Bucks first half. I like the spot. Historically, it's a good spot as well. And the Nets, their defense. I mean, hopefully it will show up tonight. But the Bucks will have to be the aggressors here. And obviously, I mean, you're going to have to come in here and play some championship style type of defense. You're going to have to come in here pissed. I guess that's what I'm saying, my guys. And I really like those props as well from my guy Kyle as well. Oh, they toasting up. You know what, man? I don't have the beer, but I'm going to have to get on the water. Let's go to the next game. No, I like those props by Kyle as well. The Bruce Brown over assist. And yeah, PJ Tucker, 3.5 points. Yeah, they got to show up tonight, man. But next game up, Clippers versus Jazz, my guys. Clippers versus the Jazz. Oh, BlackJack, your stock market team. What are we doing with this one, BlackJack?
I mean, I could not be on the Jazz any harder than I am. This team, listen, let's be real here. I lost the bet in game 1. I had Utah -4. They won by 3. I don't even consider that a bad beat because Utah shouldn't have won that game, right? They had an 0 for 20 stretch from the floor. 0 for 20, and they still won the game. Donovan Mitchell, listen, we talk on this show a lot about like guys like Damian Lillard and how great he is in the playoffs. Dude, Donovan Mitchell is every bit as good in the playoffs as anybody playing in the NBA right now. Yep. He is unreal come playoff time. When the lights are on, what the hell is going on? What's going on?
We back, Jack. Nah, just a little malfunction.
When the lights are bright, this dude shows up big time. We talked about the Jazz all year, Jay. This team took more threes than anyone, made more threes than anyone. They were the number 1 defense in the NBA, and they also committed the fewest fouls in the NBA. They just stay in front of you. They contest every shot. They stay in front of you, and they are just going to score more than the Clippers do. They are simply going to outscore them. And that game 1 was without Mike Conley. I mean, what else could the Clippers have had going their way to win a game in this series, and they still couldn't do it? I don't think the Clippers get 1 here. I think this is a sweep. Utah is going to kill them. Smack City.
Hey, you made some really good points, BlackJack. I must say, I don't think it'll be a sweep, but you made some really good points how they played a really good first half. Jazz played as worse as they could, Kyle. Still played their game. We heard Donovan Mitchell tell them, hey, look, just keep guarding, and we'll be good, which obviously they have a really good defense, Kyle. What do you think about this one? Can they get it done once again after playing that, if they play a better game to start off this time?
Yeah, I believe so. And look, 0 for 20. I eat 0 for 20 for lunch. You should see me at the bar on Friday. It's a numbers game, baby. You just got to keep 0 for 20. That's a soft night. Like, hey, I go home feeling confident. Like, oh, only 20 knows. That's not bad, But anyways, maybe I have to lower my standard. So, no, listen, how many times have we gone on here and made fun of Playoff P? And I love some of the new nicknames, Layoff P or Way Off P. This guy is not clutch. I love the Jazz tonight. I will never trust the Clippers. You can't trust the Clippers during the regular season because, Kawhi has bingo night with mommy every other night, and you don't know if he's going to play the damn game. Paul George is just what the hell ever. And then, Patrick Beverly, might bring a flamethrower and, torch the audience. I don't know. The Clippers have been untrustworthy. They're going to be untrustworthy. I'm all about Utah tonight. I like the points, the money line, the first half, the first quarter. I don't care how you slice it. I like the Utah Jazz tonight, but I will say this, the one prop from this game that I'm actually interested in is the guy I make fun of the most, Paul George. His points totals at 23.5. Look, the dude went 4 for 17. Now, could he do that again? Absolutely. It's the playoffs and it's Paul George. The guy, he's a mental midget is what I call him. I call him a mental midget. I just think he's weak and he's soft. But he still scored 20 points on 4 of 17 shooting in game 1. Makes a couple more baskets here. 23.5 after that performance. He has been getting the business on social media, on the media networks. I do expect him to be pretty motivated. It doesn't mean the Jazz win. I don't think, just outside of Kawhi and Paul George, I can't get behind any of these players. You can't trust Marcus Morris to stay in the whole game. He might get himself ejected in the first minute of the game. Mm-hmm. But I will take that Paul George prop. Even if he has another bad shooting night, he's going to make more than 4 shots. 23.5 seems low. It's at minus 118. That's my prop for this game.
Exactly. I think it's Paul George. Ingles has been owning that guy. I think it's a mind thing with him. Ingles absolutely on him. But Kyle, you make a really good point there. You go 4 for 17, still get 20. He will likely make at least 6 shots in this one. Paul George does know, even though it may not translate to the game, he knows that he will have to go for 25 to 30 for them to be in position to win. Likely Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And the main, so Luke Kennard, we did get a Luke Kennard sighting the last time. We did get Luke Kennard. I think he went out for 18 points last game. So be interested to see what happens in this one. But like I say, Luke Kennard going off Reggie Jackson. Those are really the only 2 guys that have other offense other than Kawhi and Paul George. So it's going to be a really good game. I'd be looking for maybe the Jazz to start out a little bit better here. They know that they started out terrible last game, right, BlackJack? What would you be looking at? Would you be leaning Jazz early here?
Yeah, I would. I think the Jazz just kick the shit out of this team, really. I don't think this game is going to be close. Think about what you just said, and you're not wrong. Luke Kennard and Reggie Jackson are 3rd and 4th options. Luke Kennard and Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. That does not work. And Kyle, you hit on it too when you said that the regular season, and I firmly believe this to be the case. This team puts less value on the regular season than anybody else in the NBA. And it bites them in the ass come playoff time because there's no chemistry here. These guys have played so few games together as a complete unit that there's just no cohesion. Then you go and trade Lou Williams for Rajon Rondo, which again blows my mind because Lou Williams was your only offense off the bench. The guy was instant offense, and you trade him for Rondo, who can't shoot when the reality is that Kawhi Leonard's bringing the ball up most of the time. So what the hell does Rondo do?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen playoff Rondo yet, Kyle. What about you?
Yeah, Rondo. Look, playoff Rondo. I loved playoff Rondo when he went to the Lakers. But it was weird. He brings up Lou Williams. Not only did they trade him away, even in the regular season, they've inexplicably, for no damn reason, I don't know. It's because Tyronn Lue has that little tiny head. He looks like, when you watch Men in Black and they shoot the alien head off and then the little head grows back.
It grows back.
That's Tyronn Lue right there. That's him. That was his character. But he just sliced into, I don't know what he has done to this team, but you're right. The chemistry, the flow, just everything about it is off. I honest to God won't be surprised if Utah sweeps the series. Someone asked, is Mike Conley playing tonight? They don't know. He's questionable.
I don't care.
I don't care. They'll just start Joe Ingles. It'll be completely fine. Ingles is a better 3-point shooter anyways. Sign me up for the Jazz.
Exactly. I couldn't talk. I don't think that they'll sweep them though. I do think this series will go at least 6. I'm rooting for you guys. Like I said, I hope the Jazz get this one done. So I'll get my 0-2 spot. You know what I'm saying, with the Clippers in the next game, my guys. But I'll be honest, I do think that they could hang with them. They in the first game, what we saw in that first half, even though I know that the Jazz were missing all shots, but the Clippers did show. And this is my problem. The Clippers do have, in theory, a better bench than the Jazz, because you got guys that didn't show up in the last series. Guys like Beverly, who they're not huge parts, but they still can go out there and put some productive minutes out there for the Clippers. So, and that's what I've been saying about the Jazz all year. Their starting 5 is like greater than a lot of people's starting 5. When it starts to get down to the bench, especially with no Conley, and you don't have Joe Ingles coming off the bench, you just mainly have Jordan Clarkson as your main source of offense off the bench. I do think that they can be a little bit vulnerable. So I'm staying away from this game. Like I said, I like to see the Jazz win so I can get my Clippers spot in Game 3 and Game 4. I do think they can hang with the Jazz, but I like to take them at at the house. They are coming off Game 7 series, and you're playing in high altitude now. And I think that's what you saw in that second half as well. And if they keep letting their mind get to them, like Ingles over Paul George, and making it be a mental game where it seems like the Jazz just own them, we could see that happen once again tonight in Utah, my guys. So it's going to be a great game. Can't wait to watch it. This is one where I might try to target some props as well. I'm putting my DFS Bachelor hat on, my guy.
There we go.
Definitely room for you guys with Jazz here. And to be honest with you, I lost a lot of respect for the Clippers as well. You trying to lose the last couple games versus the worst teams in the NBA, the Jazz and the Rockets, on purpose, and then you come out and say that we didn't know that. We like, just own up to it. If you did it, just like, I'm just a real guy, man. Say, yeah, we were trying to get the Mavs, we're trying to get that matchup or avoid the Lakers or whatever. It doesn't even matter. You have to beat the teams that's in front of you, man. But that was so weak to me, man. It was absolutely crazy. Then Zubac played 1 minute so that he could say he played all games. I do not respect. I don't know what this league is anymore. It's like everybody is soft as hell, but
it's ridiculous. It's true.
You know what, let me tell you something else. This crowd in Utah is the best home court advantage in the NBA right now. This crowd is on fire for this team. I love when they're chanting playoff P at him. I love it.
It's so funny.
You know it bothers him. And they're just, every time he misses a shot, he's going to hear it tonight. Every single time.
Exactly. Yeah, now that Suns crowd pretty wild as well, bro. That Suns crowd is pretty hectic, I must say, Cal. But BlackJack, break them off with your official plays before we get out of here, my guy.
Bucks and the Jazz minus the points. Easy. Take a money line, parlay them together. There's your winner.
I can dig it. I like my guy BlackJack. You get some Smack City tonight, man.
There we go.
Utah's going to destroy this Clippers team. This Clippers team stinks. And I'll tell you what, Paul George isn't the only mentally soft one on that team. People talk about Kawhi Leonard. You remember this. 2 years ago, after he won that title in Toronto, we were ready to call Kawhi Leonard like the best player in the NBA. There were people saying he is the best player in the NBA. This dude, Toronto wanted to bring him back. They had people lining up outside of hotels to get him to stay. The Lakers wanted him to come and play with LeBron and AD. He decides, I'm going to go to the Clippers, and the guy that I got to have is Paul George. That's the guy I need. If you want me to go get Paul George. Oklahoma City must have thought that the Clippers were joking. Really? This is the guy you want? Fine. Have him.
Have him. Hey, and OKC definitely won that trade as well. And the Clippers extended Paul George as well, just to make things even worse. Oh, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. He had a terrible playoff. Didn't you extend him? Okay, it gives him a lot of confidence.
In Indiana, he's always been terrible in the playoffs. And then he gives himself the nickname of Playoff P. Who gives himself a nickname? Who does that?
Yeah, and then you do the commercial where you're making the game winner when you've never made a damn game winner in your entire career. So they're just airing this commercial, going back to the game and going, oh yeah, by the way, Paul George is 0 for 27 on game-winning shots. Unbelievable. I'm going to mute for just a second while our freedom flies over. Oh, never mind. We're good. They went far away. Our tax dollars being wasted, baby. We
almost out. Kyle, break them off with your officials before we get out of here, my guy.
I like the Bucks and the Jazz with the points as well. I'm right there with BlackJack. And to recap the props, I like Bruce Brown over 1.5 assists, Chris Middleton over 22.5 points, PJ Tucker over 3.5 points. Come on, I need a bone here. Throw me something. And we'll do even a little sprinkle on way off P over 23.5 points.
Hey, usually when we trash guys on the show, guys, I don't know what it is. Somebody retweets the show or show them or something, or they watching right now in the chat. But whenever we trash guys on the show, they come out and have a good game. So I like what you did. I like what you did there, Kyle. When you're going with him, and he'll likely get over that prop as well. I mean, just the mental makeover, it makes a lot of sense. You go 4 for 17 and still get 20. You likely have a better output in this game, my guys. So, like I say, Bucks first half for me is historically something that's hit at 65% is a good spot. The home team down 0-2, backs against the wall, facing going down 3-0, or just keep in mind, the Bucks win the next 2 games. It's a whole nother series, guys. So they do have to figure something out here. Obviously, Budenholzer, hopefully he calls Pop or something and is like, hey, man, what can you help me out with? Because I can't get it done. About to get my ass fired over here. But Bucks first half, -2.5, official, like a referee blowing the whistle, my guys. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's my guy, Kyle Purviance. Follow him on Twitter at DFS Bachelor. It's my guy, BlackJack Fletcher, a.k.a. Black Jizzle, Smack City. I got to get him one of the Smack City shirts as well. Go ahead and follow him on Twitter. Both of you guys, Smack City shirts. At BlackJack Fletcher on Twitter. And I'm your host, Jay Money. Go and follow me on Twitter at Jay Money as Money. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe. We will be back tomorrow. Go on.